Hello and welcome to AmassGames. Today I'm bringing you the top 50 most played games on BoardGameGeek according to what people have been actually logging plays against. Something I've been doing for a few years now, and this is for the month of December. So here's a quick view of some things coming along, and let's go straight into number 50. So, out of interest, just to make you aware that the various videos that are in here include some well-known titles. It does also include some games which I believe have been definitely logged as digital, as you'll see. And if you've seen other videos in this playlist, that'll start to make some sense. So this has the least amount of plays per player in at number 50, Great Western Trail, a great game by a great designer, Alexander Pfister, I think on the top 5 of all time. And it's actually the joint biggest faller, the third joint biggest faller. So you're looking to go around a track, wrestle some cattle up, and try and improve your engineers and stuff like that. So I'll keep this speedy and move on to the next one. And we have Stone Age. This is a top 10 game of all time for me. I mean, I have to admit that Great Western Trail has improved as well for me as well. This is a fantastic Euro game, fantastic art by one of the best designers, perhaps the best artist of all time, Michael Menzel, who himself has become a designer of the game Legends of Andor. And this is a game you can play online on Board Game Arena. So this is a game whereby you're looking to collect some resources, maybe get some huts, get various artifacts, and get some food and make sure maybe you want to multiply and get some axes and stuff like that. So that, by the way, is a new entry. It's come back into this top 250, or top 50, sorry, and it has been as high as 14th on this list, and it actually has spent 73 occasions, 73 months on this list. So Race to the Galaxy, obviously you can see I don't rate it as highly as some other games already mentioned, and I mean there is Roll for the Galaxy, which is splits of people a lot as to which preferred. As an engine builder, yeah, I can see it's fine. I just much prefer many others. That's the crucial thing to say about that one. But it actually has the third most plays per player. Again, you can play this on Board Game Arena. So this time of recording, this is obviously during the pandemic, this is actually a game which I think is being inflated by that to a degree. But even though it has the third most time spent playing, it has the biggest faller. It's gone down with 21 positions, and it's the biggest fallen amount of players as well by 101. So Arkham Horror the card game, I don't know if you can play this on, say, Tabletop Simulator. I'll assume you can't. Let me know otherwise. Please check out the comments and the descriptions. I reply fast and update as often as I can. And equally, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and it lets you obviously catch more content, in addition to actually letting me know that you're enjoying this too. So Arkham Horror card game, interesting game whereby it has a kind of a legacy aspect. You're trying to improve and change things, and I don't want to say too much more because there's a bit of a spoiler potential. So yeah, that is Arkham Horror the card game. And as I said, it's the biggest faller. So this has gone down by 6 positions. Clank, I mean, there's Clank Legacy. I'm very curious to try that out. I prefer Clank over Clank in Space. I like the humour, I like the deck building aspect to it. There are other deck building kind of race games, which this is, and I prefer them, such as Quest for El Dorado, but a bit more streamlined. But there are some great concepts in this game too, and yeah, it's a good rating. I will play this game. That's what this rating represents. So, just to tell you some other facts about this, it's averaging around 2 plays per month. So, Architects of the West Kingdom. Now, I have a feeling it's because loads of people are getting their big trilogy sets. The second one, the West Kingdom trilogy, which includes Viscounts, and spoiler alert, it is also on this list. And yeah, the first time I played it, it was the second best game of the year for me. I thought it was, after Blue Lagoon, the best game of 2018. I've since kind of reflected on that, and I find the strategy a bit broken. It's why actually I haven't wanted to play more than I have, because I felt that you just want to go for the architect track to get a decent score. And I have played this game in 40 minutes. You can play it in half that time, especially if you just race up that track and you treat it like a race. It's been as high as 5 on this list. So we have Dominion in at 44, a fantastic game, Spiel.digital's Jarl's winner from 2008. And I haven't seen the second edition. I've played Intrigue, I've played many versions of Dominion. I think it is the quintessential, it's the first pretty much, and the best deck builder. I'm going to open this up and look at this in a moment. And yeah, great designer. He hasn't done too many other things. I think he did Kingdom Builder, which also won Game of the Year, I think the year prior. And yeah, it's a game that I don't think you can play many other places. So yeah, highly recommend Dominion. It should be played by everybody. And here we go. Here's that second edition. And let's see, yeah, loads of different stuff around Dominion. And there's Kingdom Builder as well. So as I said, he's a multi-award winner there. So 43, Sushi Go, that joined Board Game Arena a few months ago and over the summer, I believe. 54 months on this collection. I prefer it actually over Party. I know people prefer Party. You get a lot more for your money. You pay twice the amount, if that, and you got about 8 different sets. But the purity of this one works really, really well. Very fast, rack up the plays, really quick, lovely linen finish. The best game, I reckon, probably by game rights. So, up to 42, a game I haven't played. Calico. We've talked about this before. 4 months now, it's now been on this list. 4 consecutive months. It's dropped in position by 1. It's been as high as 35. Is it going to fall off? It seems like it might, but cats do occur again in this list. So maybe this will kick around. But so far I don't know anyone who's got this. Game I do have though is Root. Played 11 times. It's better definitely, yes, 3 to 4. I like it 5 and 6 with the Riverfolk. Haven't bothered trying anything else. As you can see, they've even taken off the 1-player part of Root. Just people, I've given up enough times trying to actually bother playing that. A fan-made one has come out. It's been re-implemented. But crucially, yeah, it's better higher player counts. Never played it cooperative. Very keen to. But it's the joint biggest faller, the 3rd joint biggest faller. You can play it online on TTS. I'm not a big fan of doing stuff like that, where holding a piece, doing it, not having to have a mouse drop things around is preferred. A game you can print out, and I have. So can't stop, I can now play at home. And I've played it online, it's doing very well. It's probably the most popular game on Board Game Arena as well. It's how I first heard about the game, and I think that's definitely going to change in maybe about a year's time, should the pandemic ease more than it currently is doing, which it definitely is not doing. Into that top 40, so we have again 39. Viticulture Essential Edition is not moving off, but it has dropped by 7 positions. Again, I'll only play this pretty much with that Rhine Valleys expansion. It's the mini promo cards, which is fantastic. It's what gives it a 9 out of 10 for me. And I played it with Tuscany. I don't need to play Tuscany, to be honest. This is absolutely fine. And yeah, as you can see, 8 is a very good score. And the same for the next game, Brass Birmingham. So this is the 2nd least amount of plays per player. Not surprising, it's a heavyweight game. Beautiful pieces, it is better than Lancashire. It's still quite dry, and it's the 3rd joint biggest faller. It's gone down 11 positions. But obviously it's really highly rated. People say obviously it's the highest rated non-legacy game. And yeah, if you like stuff, I mean, I like to try just 1 or 2 strategies, but crucially you do need these what's called links. There's some links in the game, and you need that to try and maintain coal, beer, and various other metrics. So Ticket to Ride, you know, a classic and evergreen and fantastic. I love Ticket to Ride. I think it's such an easy, swift game to play. I've played about 19 of the 20 or so maps. I haven't played this French-only edition, which is a bit like Ticket to Ride New York, but it's basically based on Ticket to Ride Europe. Now, apparently, Alan R. Moon from Southampton actually said that New York he was disappointed by, but I actually quite like New York. It's one of my favourite ones. So a little quirky that. The more times I can play Ticket to Ride, the better. So, into a game I also haven't played. It's the 3rd biggest fall in number of players. Definitely should be a game I'm playing in 2021, which is this year. It's been a delay. I should have played it last year or the year prior, but various other games, Pandemic Legacy Season 0, Tainted Grail and other things just led me to not have I didn't get a chance to really get this one learnt and played. It's the 2nd biggest faller. It's the 2nd most plays per player, and it's the 2nd most time spent playing, so people really do love this game a lot. I think Marvel is the big factor. So I mentioned Cats. Cats are still here. It's gone down by 4 positions. Again, I haven't played it yet. I know someone who has it, but being in Oxford, I haven't had a chance to try this one out. But it's been as high as 23, and it's been here for 9 months. A polyomino game. So Catan. Now, I give this game a 6, but there are some exceptions to that. The 5 to 6 player game is fantastic. You can play the game in 20 minutes. This is a 3x game, and explore, expand, exploit. It's fantastic, and I'm just going to see what this looks like. And no, it won Spiel des Jahres. It really did change the game for gaming in 1995, and it's made a massive impact on the hobby, and is very worthy. And you can play it online, I believe. There's new things coming out. There's a film and stuff, and there's books. But yeah, there's a lot going for Catan, and I can't slate it. I said it's a good rating. It's not a bad game at all whatsoever. So this is this thing. Used to have Rivals for Catan, which is the best version of Catan. There's 40 plus versions. Check out my video for that. It's getting tons of views, thousands of views, so it's doing really well. And a game that's also really changed the game in cooperative play is Pandemic. So really highly rated. I've played practically all but one Pandemics, and yep, highly rate Pandemic. As you can see, I like it on. I think hard mode is actually slightly easier as well. Great art by Chris Quilliams. This chap down here, and yeah, it's has no change difference over last month. It's still there at 33. Parks. This is a game I haven't played, as you can see, and I have no idea. I mean, it's hovering around. It's a 3 least time spent per player, or at least plays, but it has been as high as 25, and it's been on this list for a total of 6 months, and it has dropped by 7 positions. I hope you can't hear any background noise. I do apologise for that. So we have 6 nymphs. This is on Board Game Arena. I think it's quite swift and easy to play. It's implemented well on there. Because of the player counts, I'm thinking more people are playing online, but it has increased in rank by 5. And it's actually been as high on this list as 12 and 12 months on this list. I have a feeling, though, BGA is big responsible for that. Love Letter, also on Board Game Arena. 3rd least time spent playing. Not the kind of game you can play at home because you do really need 3 to 4 players. I'm not sure people are playing it too much, especially if they shouldn't be meeting around family time. Might be why it's on here, but actually it's a 3rd least time spent playing, and it has gone up by 8 positions. So Viscount's West Kingdom, I mentioned this game earlier. It's the 3rd in that trilogy. Very keen to play this out. Again, subject to being able to meet people this year. 2021 is the year that I'll be playing Viscounts and telling you what I think of this compared to the rest of the trilogy. Perhaps bringing you a couple of videos, an unboxing, preview, teaser, and a how to play. Maybe even a solo play if I can get it into an hour. Cool. Just to let you know, it's the 2nd biggest faller in the amount of players. So it has dropped down by 10 positions. So it's been on this list for 2 months. Jaipur, lovely 2-player game. It's one of the highest rated 2-player games, or highly most commended. And yep, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a new version on Board Game Arena. I have a feeling that's why it's gone up slightly in the amount of in the ranking, up to 28, because there's a 2nd edition that's basically come out, and you can now get that on Board Game Arena. I think you have to go premium though for that. So my least favourite version of Ticket to Ride is Ticket to Ride Europe. It has this push your luck element that I don't think works well, and I mean, I like the map and everything else. It adds in just an obstacle, which I think it's a shame it's there, to be honest, and I'm going to move on from this as soon as I can. It's a 3rd highest riser. Scythe, this is a game you can play online, I believe. Having said that, this isn't a game you want to play in person with the contagion going around. And yeah, Scythe is sticking around, obviously really highly rated. It's sticking around. It did overtake Brass. That was a big deal when that overtook Brass, and now it's dropped to 14th. I think it's fine. It's a 4X game. Lots of nice things to it. Obviously, excellent art, and Jamie did a great job on that. I just think that there are some better options out there. Interesting playtime. Apparently, I've seen some people play it in about 37 minutes, and I've never had the chance to get anywhere near that. And it's normally taking 2+ hours. So Roll and Write, not my favourite, and I prefer the sequel, Double So Clever. I find this a bit too linear, a bit too. There's a certain few things which work very well in the game in terms of what you should pick, but the rest of it, don't go anywhere near them. So Lost Ruins of Arnak is one of the highest new positions on this chart, and it's gone up by 176 positions. And yeah, it's not much more to say. It's a brand new game, Czech Games Edition, CGE, and I think people who would first to get it are they're the keen bees here, and they're the kind of people who log their plays. Now, Point Salad. Of all these games on this list, I most want to play. Can even see I've even classed it as such. Haven't had a chance to yet. Seems really interesting. Lots of people are playing it. Seems to work well at, well, perhaps any player counts. And it's not specifically enamoured by anybody at a certain player count. But that is Point Salad, a game which, again, I know little about, but it's card drafting and set collection. Sounds a bit like Sushi Go. Castles Burgundy, really, really highly rated. I don't know if it won Game of the Year, I thought it may have done. But yeah, SPIEL.digital is recommended. And yeah, I think it's fine. It's quite a dry game. It's Stefan Feld, that's what he does, and it's point salad. The next game, I thought I wasn't going to pause for the drink there. Draws a Line, another game I'll be playing in 2021 and telling you what I think. A slimline version of Gloomhaven, which I'll come back onto. And yes, it has dropped a bit. It's gone down by 4 positions there. Might be because people are just completing that campaign, being only about 25 sessions, and such might not continue on with it. Codenames, love it. As you see, tons and tons and tons of plays. Very swift. You can play online now. It's the biggest rise. It's gone up 27 positions. There is an online version. There's a few now, and they keep changing it. And it's a guessing game whereby you're trying to correctly deduce things based on certain clues to be given. So, It's a Wonderful World, lovely, lovely art. It's been re-implemented in 2021 by It's a Wonderful Kingdom, which is a 2-player only game. Now, this was a Kickstarter, and I believe the next one is as well. And yeah, it's gone up 5 positions. Now, Spirit Island, I find it's quite a dry game. People love it. They love playing it solo. There's about 100 levels, or I think maybe 30. And yeah, it's things come out, you're spawning, you just try and deal with it. It's a bit of a capture the castle kind of overrunning effect. So it's tower defense, and yeah, I think for what it is, I just feel like the theme does not come through, even though you can see that artwork there. So Gloomhaven, obviously it's the most time spent people going nuts on it. Obviously a lot of advertising going on about it, I think, in some articles. So people are going on with Gloomhaven. Again, I've seen things better implemented elsewhere, but you know, I know some people say you need to play it a few times to get into it, and that might well be the case, and I might revisit it, but it does seem very skirmishy, which I'm hearing, and I think some people who spot games like this, you know, they see what's number one, they play it, they rate it high, and they haven't played other games. So that's my view on that. Just One, this was the best game of the year when I saw it. I was actually professionally demonstrating this game before it was released, when it's still in prototype, and we were just shocked and wowed and really impressed by it. Now, my rating has dipped a bit. It used to be 9, and that's because I think there can be some analysis paralysis, and also I find that once you've played a complete game for like 20 minutes, you might play it again, but you're kind of done with it for the day, maybe the next day. You just don't need to keep playing it again and again and again. So it's fine, but you don't want to play it every single day, and that's fine, but I think I fairly reflect that rating based on what games I might rate higher than that. Now, Sagrada, in at 15 now, no change in rank, and just coming back to Just One, it was the 3rd highest amount of gain in plays in Just One. It was the 2nd highest rise as well, and the 2nd least time spent playing, so suggests what I did imply there, and I reckon it was like a kind of Christmassy thing, those who could meet. So Sagrada, I think is fine. Didn't win it the first time I played it, or the second time. I thought, right, okay, I think I understand this game now. I happened to win it, I think, by quite a good margin the 3rd time, and for that reason I thought, I think I get the game now. I don't think it was a fluke, I think I understand it. I played against people who knew how to play it. Good of what it is, I just didn't want to continue on with wanting to play it at the moment, but it's by Floodgate Games, who make Cosmic Colonies, which I've made a video for. Seven Wonders, now there's Seven Wonders 2nd edition. I got rid of this one, I got the 2nd edition. Highly rated, obviously Duel is equally comparable. I really like this one, and I still think I want to give this game a go at 2, based on other experiences I've had with similar games where you can draft and have this like fake drafting player. I think there's some great strategy, and lots of people do agree with that. Although I think they're in the significant minority, maybe 40%. So 28 plays, I've played 7 Wonders 7 times in a day. Played all the factions. Cartographers, so I got this last January, it's doing really well. It's dropped 4 positions. Great flip and right, it's one of my favourites, probably top 3. Lovely game, does take a bit of time, and it also takes a bit of space, but apart from that, a bit of upkeep. But yeah, that is Cartographers. And in at 12 we have Patchwork. We have Patchwork Doodle, which I think is really great. Patchwork Express is fine, it's just, I don't know why they needed it. But yeah, it's a game you're moving around, collecting patches, and trying to improve your board using Tetrominos by the guy I've played over 20 games of, Uwe Rosenberg. So, this has gone up as well, and Patchwork Doodle Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think it's good. Got 100 plus in that. And there's Express. Into 11, Everdell. Again, I think it's a 6. It's a worker placement game. It's a very easy entry worker placement game. There's no really reduction in what you can do. And I don't know. For me, I don't necessarily like tight games, but the looseness in this just does not work for me. But apart from that, great components and the nuts that is that silly big tree. Splendor. Haven't played that much recently, but yeah, 32 plays speaks for itself compared to the average amount of games people play. And yeah, really highly rated. Obviously, it's up 2 positions. I think people are playing this a lot at home. I'm not seeing it online much. There are some kind of like fake versions, but I think they're sticking to the original. It's wonderful. And there are some alternative versions out, and I think they're just thinking, well, let's just play the original. Carcassonne. Another SPIEL.digital winner here. It's dipped by 1 position. Great implementation online. You can play it on Steam. You can play it on Board Game Arena. Both are great. And I'll be playing this again, actually doing a video for you, hopefully later this year too. King Domino dropped 1 position, back in the house, and it's dipped for me somewhere between an 8 and a 9. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Another SPIEL.digital winner the year after Codenames, and yeah, very impressed with it. It works well. Played the 5x5 and the variants, which can play well as a 2. And Quacks in at number 7, Quacks of Quedlinburg. Loved it when it came out. Got a lovely edition. It's the European edition, which has like silvery pieces as opposed to the pieces you're going to find in the UK or America. And yeah, fantastic designer. I didn't realise Dennis Lockhausen did the art. That's really, really interesting. So yeah, he does Fields of Arla, which I'm playing heavily even today. So yeah, moving on. We have Welcome to, also on Board Game Arena. I think it's doing well there. It's the biggest gain in players. It's just come out there as well as Welcome to New York, or Las Vegas, sorry. Not a fan of it as a flip and right. Much prefer other ones, as you'll know. And see some other videos. There it is, 7 Wonders Duel. And at 5, it is online on Board Game Arena. You do have to be premium for it too, and no change amount of players. Trying to get the best civilization. Azul, no change. Not online that I can find, not that I'm aware of, and it is at number 4, multiple implementations, but it's sticking in very strongly. People are playing a lot at home. I no longer have the Joker tiles. If you want to see that expansion, please check out my video for Joker Tiles Azul. Definitely online. I have played it since, and I want to play it in person, and it's most time spent per player, and I reckon at playing 8 times per month they're doing the 50-game campaign. Terraforming Mars, you can play online, no change in that players there. You're looking to draft cards, yes, I'll only play it with drafting. I played it solo, I've played all player accounts. I've played it with all but 2 of the expansions, and there's the big box too. And yes, it's hanging on. And no change at number 1 either. It's still Wingspan, a game where it's very tight, too tight in a way, too many options as to where on earth you should be going, getting eggs, getting birds, and looking to get the best score possible. Well, thanks very much for watching. I look forward to bringing more videos very soon. All the best. Bye for now.